Oh, is that the goal?
What?
Is that the goal?
With you, yes. Of course, always. It's always the goal. I was talking to a friend of mine a few minutes ago, and I was like, people forget the audience is there to have fun, and we forget that. We think they're judging us. Like, no, they're there like this. They have so much fun, and then when we don't have as much fun, then it just takes it away. But the whole point of this is for us to get silly and have some fun. Um, Now, I am going to put us up. I mean, you know how this goes. You know the
Yes.
deal. I'm gonna pull up our suggestions here. I was trying to find a photo of you, and I just took the one that's like your profile pic. I
Oh,
love it.
my
You
my
don't
high
have a
school.
ton. You don't have a ton on social media.
No, I do not.
Very mysterious, huh?
Very mysterious.
Let's see. All right, so now I'm titling it. Fun. How's the weather there? Is it hot?
Hot and humid.
Oh,
And I mistakenly took a nice long walk this morning, thinking it was early, and I came back all melted.
real. Oh, I took. It's funny you say that. I took a walk too, and I just changed my shirt because it got sweaty, and it's like 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
Um, So we won't say that I was sweaty just now. We will not. We're not going to tell anybody that I had to change a shirt because I was. Oh, hey, we're live. All right. So remember, Roseanne, don't tell anybody about that.
That you were sweating and the
Right.
circumstances of your sweating. Oh God, I will not even share it with my own self.
See, I can trust you. That's the best part.
I would never record
No,
you while we're talking about private things.
no. Thank you. I trust that. We have 55 suggestions. So pick a
Oh
number.
my God, they guessed my age.
Oh, how great, right? On the nose. So, which one, no pressure, which one?
Well, I want to see you sweat. I'm gonna pick. No, you can count backwards. I'm gonna pick 36.
I will count forwards if you'd like. So, 36? All right. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, ah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So this comes from my buddy Dan Ryan, which is also the name of a highway in Chicago, but he's my buddy I met in Barcelona. And the suggestion is you never know. You never know.
I'm a I'm a great admirer of modern art,
Yeah.
but I saw you looking at that big one with the squiggles and the dots.
Yeah. I no idea what it's supposed to mean. I have no idea
Oh,
what it's supposed to represent.
oh, wow!
Why?
It was it it was really speaking to me.
Oh wow, what? I mean, I know like art is supposed to be subjective, but I'd love to get your thoughts on it and your opinion on it.
Um, well, I'm not an expert or anything, but I thought that the squiggly lines represented intestines,
Mm.
and the dots represented meatballs.
Oh, so it reminded you of maybe sustenance and surviving.
I, it, I, I am hungry.
I mean, aren't most humans hungry all the time?
Um, you mean emotional needs?
Yeah. Yeah, and it manifests. It could manifest itself in many ways. Yeah.
Why would an artist depict that?
Well, I mean, the job of art is to provoke conversation and reaction. And obviously, the artist did this because it's evoking some sort of reaction in you. And from the looks of it, a strong reaction. So, dare I say, maybe the artist has done a tremendous job with that painting.
I, I don't, I don't have any emotional needs.
Wow. That's congratulations. That's awesome. That's incredible. You don't have any emotional needs. I mean, you look like you are completely fulfilled. I mean, you have this aura about you that just is. I mean, it's glowing, and I actually see around you the fulfillment of you. Do you mind? Will you just for a second? Can you just stand there for 1 second? Is that okay? Just for 1 second. I've never seen anybody with this very clear and overwhelming aura. Like I can hear it as well.
Oh, I thought I had disguised that pretty well.
I don't. I mean, it's shining through. It's brilliant. It's breathtaking. You're the first person I've ever met that has been completely emotionally satisfied.
Okay, but you've got to promise not to tell anybody. This could get me in a lot of trouble.
Oh, I promise.
I was I was supposed to look completely human.
What? Say that again.
Oh,
I didn't.
um,
I actually didn't hear. What did you say?
I said I was supposed to look completely human.
Oh, were you? Do you look like this?
hey, put that away. You're going to blow my cover.
I painted and drew that painting. And I drew and painted this one. I'm the artist. And I would never blow your cover. I know that there are other life forms out there. And I know, if I've learned anything, it's that human beings, they can't accept things they don't know. And they get scared. And when they get scared, they get angry.
That's why we're here.
That's why we're here. I feel like you can see my form too. Signus was mis ikaso si su snack flow mikasu. And a bo, se rasiba, zi, azikron, ziva, ni azikawata, hasamaja.
It sounds very natural.
I understand, and I'm a little. It's both sad and sweet. It's sweet that I finally met someone who can understand me, and in a way, it's sad that I can't ever say anything.
I can't stay here long, but I'm so glad that we got to move.
Yeah. I knew there was a reason I would display my work here. It was a chance for me to call. And I hope that anybody would show up, and of all the thousands of people that have seen the exhibit, I'm glad you were here.
I heard something that
Yeah.
drew me here.
Yeah. You heard my call.
And now that I know that you're here doing this work, I feel that my mission is complete.
Said all snapujika snafotibal.
Safu, Safita, Safa.
Scene! Oh my God. The best. The best. I loved it. I'm so glad you repeated what you said. Because I was like, oh, I didn't quite catch it. So I wanted to hear what, and it changed everything. That was so fun. Oh wow, I loved when you made it about art. And then I was like, well, I gotta be the artist. And it turned into so much more. Oh, do you find, Rosanne, that you have a easy time or a harder time accessing your imagination when you improvise?
Oh, much. As long as I'm relaxed
Mm.
and not worried, it's very easy.
Well,
And
no,
you
go
know,
ahead.
you make it easy. I mean, you know that. You've been told that you're a magnificent partner because you're just like whatever, and you make us relaxed and easy, and whatever you do is fine, and that is the perfect way to do it.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I think like that's to me, it's like that seems to be the only way that we can achieve what we could possibly achieve is if we just set it so it's a safe place that you can make these moves and you get away from making moves out of like feeling you have to do something or like you got to goose the scene in some way and add like these which I have no problem doing, but like I think just if you can take a breath and go let's do it together, then it kind of unfolds.
Yes, I agree. It's interesting trying to access where you lived as a child and not
Mm,
be, because you still have to, we're done playing. You still have to go into the big bad world
yeah.
and relate and be responsible. I feel like I have a hang up where I'm afraid I'm going to lose one or the other. So I embody neither completely. I'm afraid I'll go out and then be like, let's just play. We don't need money in the bank,
Interesting.
and or because I seem to switch. It's like, a multi-personality almost. And like, I can go there and I've lived there parts of my life.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh, that bill was due. Oh, I didn't pay it.
Won't they take my mind check?
Yeah. Or you get too like serious and adulting, and then you're like, what was that thing? I was talking with a friend recently about our old neighborhood. It's here in Fairfield, and there was a vacant lot next to where we lived, and we used to call it the mines, and we used to play there hours on end,
Yeah.
like it was jungle and all this. I mean,
Yeah.
all this imagination, right? And we went by as adults and we went, oh my God, it's this little piece of land. There's nothing going on. And we just day after day created all this magic.
Yeah.
And little by little, the world tries to take that away from you. And I think that's why improv is so important now more than ever, is at least keep your little foot in there, if not more, and balance the two.
That's so great. I'm writing that down because I think that's so insightful. It's like the world tries to take that magic from you. And when you're a kid, you don't, at least, when I grew up, it was the same way of like, oh, here's this just space. Now we can play, and you improvise as a kid like that. You say something, and your friend goes, "Okay, cool, I'll be this," and someone's like, "Okay, this," and it falls into place. And then
Yeah.
as you get older, I think you're instructed that that has no value or merit. It's not producing anything. You're not making money from it. It's not important, and you start thinking, I should be doing this other thing. And so you get away from that part, which to me is the most important part. Is you're working with people, you're being creative, you're problem solving, you're finding out what your role is in that group at that time. You're having fun, you're laughing, you're taking a break from what's going on. But as you continue to age, you feel like that's less important. And then some people get to a point, I feel like around 40, a lot of adults go, I've established my career, I want to get back to that thing that brought me so much joy, because playing brings us so much joy, but we don't see it as much value as, oh, you've made this money or you've done this thing.
Well, I was blessed. I had two parents who were both artists and taught art and taught creativity. And I have two brothers and two sisters, and we would just mess around and play,
Yeah.
the box for hours, we'd play with it. And so in the home, that was encouraged. And literally when I went outside, I was like, oh my God, that's different, and it like hit me, like, oh my God, it's like, now you need a career. And my parents were always supportive. It didn't have to be corporate, didn't have to be anything, like whatever you want to do. And it was, when I got outside, I was like, I gotta be a grown up. And I built up this facade. It was a facade, conscious facade of an adult. It's just like, here's my adult.
It's funny. You built up a character.
I did.
You were playing a different character. You're playing a different status. You're wearing a different hat than who you are. And I think improv brings out a lot more of who we are, just our personas. And if you're in a place that you trust your group and it's playful, you're able to do so many more cool things that are going to add to like your memory bank of, oh, I had such a great time doing that, and just silly play.
Yep. Yep. And
How?
it's that's why, to me, improv is my religion, you know, and I hope that doesn't offend people, but it is
Who
spiritual.
fucking cares? Who cares?
know.
Let it offend people.
I don't like to crunch on people, you know, whatever puts the wind beneath their wings, you know, I'm all for it, sincerely. But because it's not counterintuitive to organized religion. It's still you know, touching people's souls and just, you know, being kind and supportive and loving, and it's all the things you're taught, but it's actually practiced. And you can then, you know, you practice it within the group, then you take it into your community, and then, you know, you take it into the world. And like right now, we're playing with the world, you know, with Zoom, and it's some of the coolest people on the planet we're getting to play with, juxtaposed to like this darkness that is the so-called reality out there that's darker than I've ever known in my lifetime. Yeah. I feel an honest compulsion, in a positive sense, to like spread it, man, because we really need it more than ever.
You're right on. And I think when you look at religions in general, what do they talk about? Staying present, being a part of something bigger than yourself, helping the group find your place, love, empathy. Like it's all like when you boil down those religions, not the interpretations by men mostly, but if you boil down the religion to what it stands for, it's the same. It's a lot of the same theories of improv, and we try to get there. And you're right in this sense of overwhelming darkness. I mean, we're in a global trauma right now, and we're not only that, we're also isolated. And so the connection is gone, and the longing to be with people and play, and that's gone. And now I love so much that you're able to connect with someone like Emma Bird, who's in the UK, or Summer, who's in Chicago, or Nathaniel, who's in Phoenix, or you can connect with any of these people from around the globe. And not only is it fun to watch the two of you play, or three of you, or however many, but I think it's also really good for you because you're seeing people go, Rosanne is awesome. And I don't know if you've gotten as much of that, especially improvisationally, but I know everyone, when they talk about you, they're like, oh, I love playing with her. She's great. Her characters are great. She takes risks. She's fun. All of that stuff. So I hope that you're seeing that as well in all these fans of people who just want to play with you.
Well, I'm ready to play. I'm very grateful.
How did you start? What got you into improv?
Well, without telling you how old I am, Jay.
You're 29. Yeah.
I actually, this is why it's so important to me. I'm really, really serious about this. I was about 15, a lot of years ago. And,
years ago.
It was probably 75. I don't, my math is terrible. But so I actually belonged to a group back then. I was a kid. And we rehearsed every single day, because you can do that more as kids, you know.
Yeah.
And so like long ago, I already knew, man, we loved each other, heart and soul. And we just, you know, we worked and we had this crazy, wonderful Austrian by the name of Gita Honegger, who was the dramaturge at Yale. I love this woman. Yes. And she was such a hippie. And what's crazy is she was 36 at the time. And we thought, oh, she's so old and wise and wonderful. Yes. Until you get there and you're like,
yes.
But she organized us, and we would, you know, work every day. And it was, if you had an ego, you were out, man. You know, it wasn't about that. You could be as talented as what, get out. It was all about the group and loving and working together. And it was mostly Spolin at the time. A lot of the other rules didn't exist at that time. And then, you know, things happened in life that, you know, I had to be responsible about.
Sure.
And so all the time, and seriously, I started putting on this grown-up facade. It's more like an armor.
Yeah, for sure.
And because that's like, it's so precious. I start to cry. It's the most precious thing, improv. It's so important. And it's the greatest love of mine, and you can tell that to my daughter and my grandson. Anyway, it's all the same. It's all the same. It's life. It's love. You know. And I got out in the world, and the world was ugly and horrible.
Yeah.
And comparatively, you know, it's not safe, and people aren't supportive. Oh yeah, please. And so I got stuck in my armor, and I snuck out. I tried to get involved again, or I think in the 80s for a little while. And unfortunately, I wasn't with the right group of people because it was very male dominated.
Yeah.
And like, you were like, oh, you're the slut or you're the wife, you know, and it's like, they wouldn't let you talk or anything. So like, I was, you know, I snuck away. I was like, no, I can't do it anymore. You know, and then luckily, another genius, darling, wonderful woman, Heather Delude, started teaching classes here in Connecticut. And that's how I met my delicious group. I mean, you know them very well. Each one is so gorgeous and wonderful. And I see I'm getting verklempt. I'm just so grateful. And it's like I have waited my whole life, and it's a long life now. Thanks for rubbing it in. And I've waited my whole life to get back. And it's like, these are my people. This is my family. And there were many times I just wasn't sure if I could go on because I didn't have that thread to my people. And I thought the hope had gone out in the world. And I'm so grateful to you, Jay, because you are our heart and our leader, and we love you so much. And these 10 minutes with are not a small thing. They ignited something that a lot of people are now doing, and they're meeting each other, and they're going, you know, people were dismissing online, you know, even rehearsals, never mind performances. And you were like, hell no, we're doing it. You know, we're just going to do it. And you've introduced us to so many people. You know who my favorite is? Oh my God. So I just I don't want to single anybody out, but you know who he is.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's the thrill of a lifetime. That's all I'm going to say, the thrill of a lifetime. And I just feel like, okay, if I keep going, I might get back to that innocence. And as an adult woman now, I can protect her. I can protect the child.
Yes.
You know, and then let's take it to the world, man. Let's heal and take it to the world.
Yes.
I really believe it.
And I thank you for that. And it's I remember those years you talked about where you came back and it was like prostitute, secretary, mom, slut, hooker, like, and I remember seeing some of those moments, and I was lucky to come up like kind of on the tail end in the early 90s where it was not a combination of like maybe guys got smarter, I don't know, or women just were like, we're not going to play that way. And it ushered out of that era, which I'm always like, improv should never push people away. If people want to leave because they're like, it's not my thing, great, but it shouldn't be pushed away. And the fact that you still said, I'm going to give this another shot, and Heather came along and was just like a huge part of allowing that feeling of safety and going like, I'm going to give it one more shot. And it's the fact you can now access that part of you where it's like, I just want to play, and you can now find people around the world who go, I like your style, I think you're great, let's get together and do it. You're being, you know, we're affirming people for who they are and saying, hey, you aren't weird, stop calling yourself weird. You know, that conversation that happened recently, which was just like if it needs to be, I think, said to everyone, where it's a conversation telling people like, you're good, you're valued, stop putting yourself down, stop saying you can't do that, especially improv. Stop saying you can't do it. It's just imagine you can do it, and there's no place we have to get there. There's no good or bad. It's just getting up there and feeling safe, and the more we could do that, the better.
And you are a big part of that, and we love you many, many much.
Oh, I love you many, many much too, Rosanne. I have two questions. One, how can people find you? No, I know, you're 29. How can people find you or watch you on social media, or where's the best way to do it? And two, are you teaching classes in improv yet?
Oh, you're so sweet. I really, truly welcome. I do a lot of jams now because it's like, as much as I can, let's get it in there. so, friend me. I'm really open to it. Seriously, we can play. We can do one. I was just actually speaking with Sarah Davies this morning,
Oh,
and it's like let's just pick some people we like. Start a click. I mean, started. I'm serious, but
yeah,
whoever thinks each other is fun, and like once in a while, nothing formal. We'll just let's go play.
totally.
So friend me on Facebook. I'm totally with it. Let's get together, and Emma and I are cooking up something. Not going to talk about it. And
Emma Bird and you, and I saw a still of like it's wigs and hats, and I'm like, I think the two of you are just, I mean, you two should have your own TV show, honestly. You two are just like so fucking funny.
all I know is we crack each other up, which is like,
That's the goal.
there you go. That's enough for me.
I can't wait. And then, no,
As far as teaching goes, I don't feel, and I understand you're very sweet, but I think I need more experience first. But like, there's certain people like on your 10 minutes with, it's so funny when sometimes I listen and I can't comment, I might be, with somebody, supposed to be doing something else, or,
I'd love it if you were like at dinner with someone and they're talking and you're like,
it's improv. But like sometimes I'm yelling I usually listen on my phone and I'm yelling, I'm like, oh yes! Yes! I mean, Sean Landry, the whole time I'm going, yes, girl, I love you! Like, the stuff she's done.
yes.
That's what I was watching her last night in the jam that we did. She performed after, and she's like delicious. And just the stuff she's done has always been a dream of mine, which sounds weird, but like going to jail. Improv.
Yeah, she got started teaching with, I think Rosowski and her were part of this group. I think it was Geese Theater. They went into prisons and did improv. So her training was not like a classroom. Her training was going and doing it in front of an audience.
Yeah. I mean, take it where it should be.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go the gray hairs and you can go, make some money. Fine. Okay. Sell out. But
Sell out.
Belongs, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. But where it belongs is, to me, where, the misfits and the losers and the forgotten.
Totally.
Bring it there. That's where it belongs. And I love anybody that's done that. They are my hero. I'm really sincere about that.
I can't agree more. It's like the people on the fringe of society, the ones forgotten, the people who aren't giving a fair break, the ones that are looking for something. Like that's our tribe. Those are the people. We're misfits, man. My friend Rachel Mason says the island of misfit toys. That's what improvisers are. The island of misfit improvisers. We don't fit in anywhere. So find the other people that don't fit in, and now you have a group of people, and that's their ecosystem. That's where you belong.
Yep.
And you can see you perform with Perpetual Notion as well, and we did this 4-week run in June, which was great, where we would bring in an improviser to play with us, and we play with Brian Palermo and Amanda Blake Davis, John Hildreth, Dave Rosowski, and it was on YouTube, and it was a ton of fun, and we're looking to springboard that into having it a bigger offering and bringing it like to a network or a cable station to look at the impact that this can have when you bring people together who don't know each other, and then have a teacher create an ensemble very quickly, and then do some sort of show where we bring in someone like who knows, like a Kristen Wiig or a Keegan Michael Key or someone like that who can be a part of that show. But yeah, we're looking to kind of expand it and unite the world somehow in these times.
Yeah, got to do it.
You are always the best and so much fun, and I'm so glad that you're improvising again, because you could have been one of those forgotten souls that just went, it's not for me. And my heart breaks when I think about people who have suffered in improv in any way, and then the people who don't give it another shot. So I have so much fun playing with you, and I can't wait to do it, whether it's in person or virtual again.
Ditto.
You're the best, Rosanne.
Love you so much.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye-bye.